Welcome to All for Geek, episode 11. And today on the show, we have me, Phil, and a new host, yes, a guest co-host, Kyle Shear.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
And Kyle, where are you from?
I am from a small town called Quakertown, Pennsylvania, but my place on the net is thetechnophiles.com.
So everyone go visit. There's a link at the bottom of the screen currently. He's pointing to it, right? I'm going to have to put it right there.
I can't really tell.
Today we're talking about Apple. They are having a big announcement on March 7th. I forgot what time it is. Do you know off the top of your head, Kyle?
I think it's usually 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock. I'm going to say 1.
Well, take a look at wherever. And then...
I'm sure you can Google it. You'll find it.
It's basically a reveal of a new device or a upgrade to a current device or a couple current devices. And today we're going to talk about that. We're going to say what our predictions of that while my dog goes by me in the background. All right, Kyle, let's start with you. Like, what do you think is going to happen? What do you want to say about this event?
I think most of it's going to be about the iPad 3. It's in due time. I think they're going to bring out the Retina display in the iPad 3 finally. They're finally going to boost it to 4G speed because it's been dying for it. I could probably see, as you're showing, instead of going with a dual core, they're probably going to bring the quad core chip in. Probably a better camera. And I think the one big rumor that I kind of enjoy is the backing of the iPad 3, either going to be glass or in ceramic, because Apple's really starting to move in that direction.
I don't think we're going to see that quite yet. Like, it's still. I know what you're saying. Like, kind of like the iPhone 4, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. iPhone 4, iPhone 4S. I honestly see it being exactly like the iPad 2 looks. Supposedly a couple millimeters thicker, because they want to get up some more battery life. They want to put some new hardware in there. They want to put a better processor in there. Of course, they want that, like you said, the better screen. What was it called again?
The Retina display?
Retina display, that's it. My mind. And, I think the only thing you're going to see is pretty much just the upgrade in the processor, the screen, and, I can't think of much else because, the camera. There has to be an upgrade in the camera, especially the current rumor for the camera is that they want to take all their devices and make them HD enabled for FaceTime.
Yeah, well, there was also talk about switching out the usual, just the iPad name. Instead of iPad 1, 2, now this is going to be iPad 3, they want to make it maybe iPad HD to show that it's going to the high definition route. Now that's just a rumor and all speculation. Of course, you can find it from wherever you want, but I think the planning of moving the cameras all into the same kind of pantheon of greatness, you really kind of have every single device has to have the same kind of camera look. Otherwise, one's gonna look grainy, the other one's gonna look fantastic, and it just won't work for Apple because they want everyone to look the same.
Well, yeah, it all comes down to converging into one device. I think in the future we're going to have it all be one iOS. You're not going to have different iOSs for different devices. And for those wondering what an iOS is, it's the operating system for iDevices, Apple. Or for mobile iDevices, sorry. So you're going to see, I think you're going to see iOS, what are we on now, 5? Or no, we're on 4.
I've lost count.
Whatever. The next iOS, or a soon-to-be coming out iOS, will converge all devices to have the same functionality, so you can have the same games, so you can have the same everything on each device. It would be smart. We'll go into another thing that's rumored for March 7th is the iTV, which is Apple's new television, like an actual television, which should be touchscreen, I would think. I think that might be reaching a little.
Probably.
Because it's a little futuristic to that. They might just use functionality like using your iPad or iPhone to control the TV. But the whole thing that needs to happen for an iTV is, one, you need to have a functionality built in to link up with your current cable system for it to be something special, and two, you need all the stuff you expect from an iOS device, as in apps. The big deal is the apps. So
Angry Birds. That's what everybody wants.
Well, yeah. Well, when Apple TV came out, I'm sorry, the Apple TV, I guess, the small box that hooks up to your TV. What is it? It's just like a device that gets Apple content or gets like Apple TV shows and podcasts and your music and puts them on your TV. But there was no apps unless you jailbroke it. Or there was very little amount of apps, whatever. I want every app that I could ever have on the freaking thing. And if my iTV...
You're greedy.
Yes, if iTV has a camera in the top so that I can do FaceTime, think of all those camera apps that you can use with that, like Instagram or...
Skype.
Yeah, like all these apps that use camera functionality would be great on an iTV. You have to use everything Apple has to make that thing popular, or else it's just not going to fly, like the Apple TV.
Or Google TV. Ooh.
Oh, that was awful.
But the thing with the Apple TV is that there's lots of content providers that don't want to partner with Apple. For some reason or another, I was reading online, a lot of people don't want to partner with them because their content sharing isn't so great.
Well,
so that can kind of hurt Apple TV's...
I've seen that, but it's the same thing that happened with the music. The music, when they were doing they wanted more money for the music tracks bought, but in the end they folded because it's a huge revenue. Like, even if you get a small amount, you're still getting it out to a whole lot of people. And iTunes is like the most major thing to buy music aside from pirating.
Pirating's always good, but no, with the iTunes, it's such a big global stratosphere of music because there's no other device out there that so many people are clamoring for. With the iTV, you've already come out 3-4 years behind like the Rock-Us and the Sony Network Media players, content streaming of all Blu-ray players. Everything has content. You can find Netflix anywhere. You can find Cinescape or find apps like that. Like the Rock-U, you can add channels. You can add anything. And then it comes with apps too. Like you can play Angry Birds on it. So for Apple to kind of set its foot in there, it's what everyone else did with tablets after the iPad came out. Like the iPad came out, made a big splash. Every other tablet has looked at the iPad like, we need to make that same splash, and they really haven't. So with the iPad, with Apple trying to do iTV, they really got to come out swinging if they're going to make it a success. Or again, you got Google TV where no one wants it,
or Apple TV, the little set-top box where no one cares. It's serious. It's like those things are dead. Like Steve, the other host of the show, he loves the box, but he's a small, minute percentage of people who just were like, I wanted this box so that I could have my apps as well. I want to be able to do other things. And just like a little controller, screw this.
Apple's going to have their fanboys that's always going to buy whatever they put out. They can put out Apple shoes and people are going to be like, I have to have shoes with Apple on them.
But only to an extent.
For me, I look at what the device brings has to fulfill the content that I want. Like I can find, like you're not going to get me with Netflix or Hulu Plus. I can find them anywhere. You got to bring something new to the table. If you can integrate your music, great. That's fantastic. I can do that with the Sony Media Player. It plays all my music. It plays videos. You have to figure a way that it's going to differentiate itself. If you can control it through your iOS devices and everything's in one big cloud, everything works the same, everything's simpatico, then you probably have something going for you. But unless you're going to do something fantastic, it's not going to carve that niche that Apple wants.
The key word here is convergence. They need to converge everything they have into this device or it will not succeed.
I agree.
And okay, so we talked about the iPad. There's still one more thing I want to talk about with the iPad. Do you think there's going to be a small iPad? Do you think there's going to be a 7-inch announced now or later, or not at all?
I really don't think. I think the iPad people are very stubborn. They know they have a design that works. They see like the Samsung Galaxy Tab 7.7 Plus. I used it. It's unique, but it's also very small. And it's like, okay, it's a tablet, but it's not really what a tablet is. iPad came out with the design. It's this display. You're going to be stuck with it. If they go with a smaller display, I'd be surprised. I don't think you're going to hear anything at this event. I think they're going to look at the sales figures and see if there's a market for it. And if there's a market, then they're going to attack. The thing that I've seen, the Samsung Galaxy Note. Oh, did I love that Note. It's 5 inches, but it's also a phone and a tablet. It's a little awkward to hold a 5-inch device to your head, but the screen was fantastic. But now they're even coming out with the Mobile World Conference, a Note 10.1. So even the Galaxy Note went from 5 inches to all of a sudden, okay, now we're going to make it 10 inches. So they even see that the size does matter. The tablet, but again, I think iPad's just going to stick with the regular display and not go smaller unless they see a market for it.
See, my personal hope, and I don't know if you've noticed from all my postings, is that I want a 7-inch tablet. I want the mid-range. I want something between I want to converge my iPhone and my iPad in one device. I have the iPad Wi-Fi. I have the iPhone that does the 3G and calling. I want the iPad 7-inch so I can get rid of those other 2 devices completely. And so that way I could have, I get a 3G version and I just take that on the go. That's what I want. I'm a minute percentage of people. Like, there's not a lot of people who want that specifically. But I think in the future we're going to have a whole lot of people that want a smaller tablet, because a 10-inch tablet just isn't that portable, and just using your phone isn't big enough to bring with you in certain situations where you need a bigger screen, or that you want a bigger screen.
Yeah, the funny thing that you mentioned is that you want to get rid of the iPad and your phone to a smaller device. Now, Apple doesn't want that. Apple wants you to have that big iPad and the phone. They want you to buy this device and this device. You put all of them together in one, they're losing out on 2 streams of revenue. That's where they get a little greedy, and that's where I'm not a big fan of Apple.
It's understandable, and I do agree that it probably like 95% chance that it's not going to be announced at this event. I think that they will go with it. I think that they will announce it, and I think it'll be a great thing to announce with the iPhone 5, because that way you get a in between.
Okay.
Like something in between, like, okay, we don't have an iPad to announce on iPhone Day, but, oh wait, we do. We have an iPad 7-inch in case you want that. It can be like the iPad 3S, and the S stands for a little bit smaller.
I think for them, I mean, when I watched the Apple, the event when they announced the 4S, I was, like many other people, disappointed. It was just a fart in the wind. Like, it was so bad. You're just sitting there bored, like, okay, what's coming? They basically said it's the iPhone 4 with an S. Ooh.
I was personally excited.
I was not. I was so bored. I was like, what are they gonna do?
Well, for a video guy like me, I found it exciting because I wanted the upgraded video. But go on.
No, I understand that, but it's just that I think they want to stick with the iPhone comes out at this time, the iPad comes out at this time. You want 2 sets of lines so you can sit there and go, look, people want the iPad, people want the iPhone. Combining them doesn't seem like the best idea. Like I said, if they find a revenue and they see that people in the market want it, then they're probably going to go for it. But until then, I think they're going to keep it 2 separate entities.
And I completely agree with you. And I think that won't happen until, let's say, a year or 2 from now.
I can see that.
I personally, I love iOS more than Android, and I'll say that straight out. But I'm at the point where it's like, I want a 7-inch tablet. Like, I'll go to Android soon and try it out for a while and see if it's worthwhile to me. But unless they surprisingly announce something tomorrow, or on March 7th, yeah.
Go with
it. Do you see anything else happening at this event? Any other reveals? Anything? Like we talked about the iPad 3, the iTV. Anything else?
I really don't see. I mean, there's not much they can talk about, honestly. I mean, they can talk about the iPhone, but then that's going to ruin their iPhone media event. They can talk about Apple TV. That seems like a good place where it can flow anywhere. They can go to the iPhone and be like, hey, we got this development. We got this development. I really don't see them announcing anything big. Maybe like a little tweak in the iOS system, just a little bit. Sorry, that's my phone.
I should stop calling you during the show.
Yeah, well, people are needy. So like I said, I think everything's going to just stay the same. They're going to just announce an iPad, just maybe a little bit different. Maybe, I might say like maybe a new MacBook, just in case, because they're always going, thinner, lightweight.
Did they not just reveal a little bit of the new operating system for the Macs?
I think
the Mountain Lion or something like that.
They could have, but you never know with Apple. Like, they could easily sit there and go, well, we just released this, but what about this one? We could do this too, just for the mobile system. They could do a mobile iOS upgrade, and better video display or better. They always have like a little tinkering that they try to do and then throw it out like it's brand new.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that it's going to be specifically iPad 3, but you would have to think there would have to be something more, because iPad 3 is not going to be that much of an upgrade. It's just going to be like I said, it's just going to be the system specs inside, which like the general person doesn't care about, and the camera. What else is there to the iPad? They need something else to announce with it, don't you think?
I hope they announce something that goes along with it, but I really don't see them doing anything. I think they kind of keep it status quo. Like, everyone had big hopes for the iPhone 4S that came out, and they were left flat. So with this, they kind of have to go above and beyond what they've already done and kind of really put on a show, because without Steve Jobs anymore, he really brought the show. Like, he brought everything. Like, you wanted to watch because he was very captivating. But the new guy, he's boring, I guess.
So do you think that because of this, they will feel like they have to start with a bang?
They have to. They really have to get their guys back. Like, they lost a lot of people to the 4S. Like, I felt like they dropped the ball. A lot of people felt like they dropped the ball, but the sales numbers didn't match that feeling in the tech world. Like, a lot of tech guys, we felt it was just an iPhone 4 with just a little bit of tweak. Like, it wasn't needing a whole big hoopla.
Yeah,
so
I
with
agree.
this one, they kind of have to look at it. They kind of have to look at it and go, we need to do something now to get people talking. We need something to get our name back out there. We need something, because with Samsung coming out, the Toshiba's tablets all coming out, the Asus tablets getting notoriety, there's a lot of people on Apple's heels, and I think they're starting to feel it, and they really need to do something about it.
So let's conclude by saying, let's put it on the line right now and say what our final predictions are for March 7th. What are we going to see, Kyle?
I'm going to say Retina display, 4G speeds, better quality camera, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see Siri making a jump from the phone to the tablet.
I can see that, yes. And nothing else, just the iPad?
Yeah, I'm just... That's not a song. Do you have company? Yeah, I just see the iPad. I'd be surprised if something else came out. I'd be happy.
Keep talking, Kyle.
Oh, good.
Keep talking.
Yeah. Sure. You can always check out my my videos on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and look out the Technophiles. I got all my video reviews. I told you I'll plug away. You leave, I'll plug. I got my website, thetechnophiles.com. I review phones and anything. I even look for user submissions. If you feel like you want to write, you can write to me, and if it's good enough, I'll put it up on the site. I'll get you on there. And of course, check out All for Geek. These guys are great. I love watching them. And people keep calling me.
And I'm back. I'm sorry, everyone out there who's watching. I'm sorry about that. It's just my dog gets a little hyper when someone comes near the door. So no one was at the door. But okay, so I'll say my predictions. I see it being an iPad 3. I see it. The rumors are probably true. The couple inches thicker, or a couple fraction of an inches thicker, or whatever. And you're right. Retina display. Siri would be smart. I agree. Processor speed more. Cameras upgraded. I see a cheaper iPad.
Nope.
I see like an 8 gig cheaper iPad. And if that iPad is a 7-inch, I'm happy. If it's a 7-inch 8 gig,
I can see that then. If you're going to go with a smaller scale, like an 8 gig, I can see them probably going smaller, just maybe to test out the market, just as a tester, nothing serious. And you'd be happy.
Yeah, make it cheap. Make it like, what would it have to be? If an iPad is about $600, then this would have to be about $400. At very
I can see that.
most. Anyway, I do see them going out with a bang by saying, and that's not it. Here's our iTV. I really think they're going to be at least announcing it and saying it's coming. I don't think it'll be available yet. I don't think it'll be available till next year or late this year with the iPhone maybe. But yeah, that's what I see being announced. Just those two devices.
Sounds good. I mean, if that's the case, you're an Apple guy. Would you be happy with that announcement?
Yeah. I'd be happy with an announcement of iPad and iPad 7-inch. If it's just iPad 3, 10-inch, and with those upgrades, I'm not going to care too much. I really won't. I'll be happy that I'm not going to upgrade or anything. There's no need for me to upgrade.
Oh, fair enough then.
But if the iTV, I don't even know if I'm going to get one, but I'm excited to see what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't even know if I want it. I just want to see it.
I think I'll be disappointed no matter what if there's no 7-inch, and I think I'm going to be disappointed. So
I think you will be too. Unless they do, like you said, with a smaller 8 gig, just test the waters. I think they could do that.
Now, Kyle, would you like to come on a very soon future show to discuss, to review that event?
Oh, sure.
All right, so we'll see Kyle again soon. Kyle, you pretty much plugged while I was away for a second.
I certainly did.
What your site is?
I plugged it. I was a plug-in whore.
Plug it again. Plug it in.
It's the technophiles.com. You can go to the YouTube page. I got all my video reviews up there. The Technophiles. Again, I do Technophiles of videos. I do reviews on phones, software, laptops, cars. Hi, puppy. Pretty much anything.
On marbles.
Oh, you're making out with more chicks. Look at you go. Oh, if only the viewers knew when I knew you when.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I just got a whole bunch of more viewers, but not the ones I wanted. Yeah. So, yeah. allforgeek.com. Check it out. There's a new website.
Definitely.
It's being tweaked. We tried something new with it. Might need a new theme. We'll figure it out. But it's great. Go to the Facebook fan page. Like the page because you like us.
Oh,
and
really, Zack Ryder? Really, Zack Ryder? You're going to go that one? And follow me on Facebook.
Follow everything.
Yeah, follow everything and like everybody.
There you go. All right, and that's it for All for Geek episode 11. Come back next time when we talk about the Vita.
Oh, the Vita. And silly Vita. I'm staring at your eyes lovingly.